Hi, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Inside Tech. I'm your host, Nicols Dennis, and I'd like to welcome you all this Tuesday evening as I'll be another episode of Inside Tech where we explore what is IT. Now, this show, as I introduced to a lot of you at home and on the radio, also on the social media, that this show is where we explore or explain information technology. That's what we talk about on the IT area. And tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit more about online certification, or if you want to talk about ways where you get educated online for individuals who are out there trying to figure out what are the best methods for them to jump into that type of category, or at least that arena for them to at least betterment themselves, or at least grow with the knowledge that they will retain from getting qualified. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm going to touch a few topics tonight. As you can see, if you're, well, for those who are actually watching on Facebook, hi, good evening. I want to say good evening to my mom. I wonder she's up, but she told me she's going to try and stay up. She's in another time zone, about 5 hours ahead. So, mom, if you're listening or you're watching, thank you for tuning in. Say hi to my girlfriend, my little boy. Daddy's not home tonight, sorry. But yeah, I'm here for everybody who's listening out there on radio airways and on our social media. So if you check out DBS Radio on Facebook and on YouTube, you'll be able to see me right now. Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about tonight, information technology. All right, so for those who actually see it, I know all you see it is background behind me and all you're asking. It's kind of clean tonight, isn't it? Most of all, you know that we use a few technologies here at DBS Radio because we highly promote the fact that we are digital and we do a lot more than just regular broadcasting. But I'll prove it to you. It's not green screen. I can see I got a green notebook and it's showing not green. The green is not invisible. So this is a very interactive screen. Right. But we'll be right back after a quick word just a quick word. We'll be right back after this.
Across the Caribbean, you listen. Across the world, you listen. And at home in the nature isle, you listen. You listen to DBS for unbiased coverage of breaking news, original programs, and so much music. You listen for the information that will change your lives and the humor to brighten your days. So here at DBS Radio, we deliver. We deliver timely news, information to live by, and the everyday interaction that we all so need. These are the things that make DBS Radio the better sounding radio in Dominica. Keep on listening.
One bright morning, when my work is over, I know I'll see your face.
All right, and we're back. Now, for all those out there, I'd like to welcome you again to DBS Radio. We are now listening to the show Inside Tech, where we explore what is IT. And as I mentioned quickly as I started, we're going to talk about online certification. And this, as you know, a lot of persons out there have always wondered to themselves, how can they get a higher education, at least get qualified or accredited, for certain areas of specialties when it comes to the new type of world we are living in. We're living in a technological world, aren't we? So, you buy smartphones, you get computers, laptops, you hear everything on the internet about getting qualified in a certain field or a certain area. And there are a lot of different areas where certain persons can go to at least get some form of qualifications in a certain field. But I'm just going to touch on a few of those which are probably the most prominent, and some of those where if you're interested you can have a look at, because I know a lot of persons have been looking at different ways to at least betterment themselves or advance themselves, if it's to be stand corrected, sorry. But keep asking yourself if you can afford it. The cost of education is very high, and a lot of persons, while probably working a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 job, and you come out from work and you're trying to figure out how are you going to do better for yourself? So how are you going to fund yourself to actually do better also? There's the state college, which has great programs. I would not disagree if anyone who wants to go to the state college. That's an opportunity there. I believe they have night classes. There's University of the West Indies also. There is, I think, Business Training Center, where they have a few accredited and certified courses which persons can take in and probably get a diploma or degree through their selected training. You can also get certified through there. But you want to ask yourself, how can you do it on your own? How can you find areas where to at least advance yourself? So, but the question is, what type of area do you want to advance yourself in? Do you have any idea? Finding out where you want to go when it comes to advancing yourself in a field of study is probably one of the most difficult questions you ask yourself with growing up. You probably tell yourself, I wanted to work in the bank. I wanted to probably be a doctor. I wanted to be a police officer. Or probably you just want to be someone where you're always in a new and advanced area where you can just find new technologies. Probably telecommunications. You might be interested in hospitality and tourism. But with each of these fields comes a certain field of study and a certain modules and selective trainings which you have to take. So I wanted to really just give people the grasp about it, like what kind of places you can go for to get this type of information. All right, because I think it's approaching payday. As a matter of fact, it's approaching payday. For those who haven't gotten paid already or those who are getting paid soon, you ask yourself, after you spend on the utility bills, you spend on the groceries, you spend on the transportation, you ask yourself, how am I going to do better? Your child just started school, you spend a lot on school fees, some persons probably spend on entertainment, but you're asking yourself, how can I do more? How can you do more? So yeah. So all right, I'm gonna touch on online accreditation. So a question somebody asked me, are online courses worth it? Is it worth doing an online course? So I just took some notes, so I'm gonna say it. Like any class or program, online courses are effective in design and taught well. Well, if the person is very descriptive in the way that they actually giving you the training. In fact, studies have shown that online education increases students' relation to materials by up to 60% compared to in-person classes. Now, the value of taking a class online from actually being taught in person in a classroom, where some parents may disagree with me, for all those who had their children going through the downtime through COVID, where they had to be home and they had to be learning online. But having the ability to replay a course or the ability to retract your steps within a training is probably one of the most vital things you can do. And being able to pause and resume. You can take a break if you don't understand, clear your mind and go back. While a teacher, they actually, in the classroom, they actually have to go through the entire model with you. And while you may be slow in the classroom, if you're not able to keep up with the other students, you'll be left behind. And that is where really digital training came into place. A lot of persons had to find new ways for them to actually comprehend the information that they're given. And online education started to skyrocket during that time. I think it was in the 2008, almost just before 2010, the Caribbean really started to get more involved in the online classrooms. I believe at one time, one of the telecommunications company, I don't want to really say the name on here, they're not a sponsor. If they want to sponsor me, I'll mention it. But they started this Caribbean field of study from a group from Jamaica, and this individual created this online platform, which allowed a lot of lower grade from, I think, is a common entrance up to CXC level study through their platform, and was funded through the telecommunications company, which actually allowed individuals to get access to it via data, or not those who have internet, but via data service. So it'll be as at no cost to them. And it was part of a package. I don't know if they still have it up, but I'll make a call and find out. All right, so Are online courses effective? Yes. Part because as I told you, part of the reason really is flexibility. It's flexibility, availability, and really access. You have access to all the materials at your leisure, so you can literally take your time, take your time, go back through the information, and decide to yourself, this is what I want to learn right now. So you're gonna ask yourself another question, which would probably be online accredited courses. Where can you get an online accredited course? Now, this probably is one of the most ticklish areas, because finding accreditation online could be a handful of facilities trying to tell you that you can sign up with them and you can get accredited for courses, and grades can be passed on to the other areas. So I'm going to touch on colleges for accreditation. Usually, if you want to find a facility online that is for you to track the accreditation, I would more or less try to consult with one of your previous instructors or facilitators or teachers and get a recommendation from them based on the field of study. That is specifically why I'm saying to contact them. It's not that they may know, but they may have an idea of which one of the areas is probably the best. Okay? All right. I know some of what you see, I'm looking down, but I'm actually just trying to visualize the content that I have prepared for the show tonight. And for those who watch me on Facebook, hi, hello. Let me see if I can quickly open DBS Facebook page. For those people who don't know, you can go to facebook.com/dbcradio.net, which is actually a website name also, and you can just look at me right now. Yeah. So I'm just going there to see if you have any questions or any comments, because I know a lot of people always have queries. Let's see. Good night, good vibes. I'm there. Hey mom. Yeah. All right. So we're trying to figure out about online accreditation, online courses. So I'm going to tell you one of the places which I probably have one of the most courses signed up. It's a platform called Udemy, and the platform name is udemy.com. Now, why Udemy? Udemy is usually for self. I wouldn't say it for accredited, but I more or less say for if you want to advance your skill in any form or manner of a trained area, you can utilize Udemy. Udemy is, let me verify what I'm saying, because I know there are some people out there always want to criticize certain things other people say, but Udemy is more or less a platform which you can utilize for you to find more knowledge on a certain topic. But I wouldn't use Udemy as a platform to say it's accreditation. So if you're looking to get more skill in an area, I would not tell you no, not to use Udemy. But if you want to put it on your resume and say I learned such and such with Udemy, not all places will recognize Udemy at all, at least for job requirements. While our persons in the tech area, we can do fast-paced course training, which are considered boot camps, where, let me just double check this because I have it in my notes. Where did I put this? I'm not seeing it right now. Oh yeah, boot camps. So a boot camp is literally a short-term intense training session designed to prepare students for practical reality of development. Boot camps usually come for technical persons. So if you're a person who want to learn programming, you want to learn networking, you want to learn computer repair, you can probably go for a boot camp study. Usually range between 8 to 12, sometimes 48 or 72 hours. They rarely ever go for more than a week, but because it's a fast-paced training, I usually recommend it for people in the intermediate level. I would say as a beginner level, although you could start from a beginner level, but you should have some experience before trying to go into any coding bootcamp. You can look for resource material online, and because there are so many different ones, I don't want to just say go to this one specific, but Um, Learning and getting a boot camp is one of the areas where persons who want to jump into tech can actually go through. All right. But as I was saying, Udemy is one of good areas where a person who wants to learn information can go through. I currently have, let me just check. I wonder if I should even log into this and show it on screen. I currently have, let's see how much they're going to tell me, 228 courses on Udemy. Wow. Okay. Now, courses, how many courses have I done? Far too many. Far too many, far too many, far too many. I've done courses in so many different areas, I literally can't recall half of them. But literally, I've understand software and computers in a different way from many people. Usually, every application is the same. If you use Microsoft Word, use Excel, use PowerPoint, the whole structure of the program is usually the same. It's the same functionality. So you have file, edit, view, search, format, design, layout, tables. Everything is usually almost the same. Once you can just understand the layout of what the program is supposed to do, then you have an idea of how much you can do in a program. That's usually the easiest way to tell somebody to understand something. Because somebody will say, oh, Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop, what is that? Oh, graphic designers use it. But that looks too complicated. I don't want to use that. I want to use something simple. Can I just use PowerPoint? Yes, you can, but PowerPoint layers is a lot more drag and drop, where Photoshop layers, which allow you to align elements upon each other, are much more visually labeled in a row, in a column, sorry, where I feel a lot more flexible with it. Because with PowerPoint, I have to send to the back, I have to drag forward, I have to bring forward, I have to bring. It's just too much. So I'm not even going to go into that. Let's leave that alone. But yes, on Udemy, I have about 228 courses. At my home, I literally used to have about 1,200 courses. I literally stopped download courses or try to ascend into more areas like about 2 or 3 years ago. I felt to myself, trying to learn everything's not going to happen. I'm not going to know everything about everything. And I really try to more partner or co-op with other individuals in trying to learn about other things. Because I'm not an individual who says to myself that I know everything. I'll always try to take your advice or take your opinion from another person and try to be more involved. You know, I was in a little discussion just the other day where someone was saying, everything I've said is nonsense. And although my title or whatever it says that I'm supposed to be doing classifies as something that is professional, it's literally keep saying nonsense. And I did not even know how to respond to them. I know I got a little agitated, but some shows. But yeah, trying to make other people understand or at least respect that you know something sometimes comes with a grain of salt. So sometimes you just have to know better for your own self and just saying anything else under the rug and move on. So as I'm moving on, as I can tell you, I got courses here from ACT, SAT, CXC, CSEC, Math, Algebra, Mastery. Wow, I haven't finished this. It's about 30% complete. I got about learning Python, Microsoft Excel, how I make $1,000 a month writing books and courses. Yes, I think I got to tell a few people about this. Like how some people literally just make money from writing. So all the poets out there and all the people who love literature, you can actually make some money out of it. But that's for another segment. So Algebra Instagram Masterclass 2019, Complete Instagram Hacks. Wow. So many courses. But as I told you, there's just general areas for you to learn more information about yourself, business, technical, finance, anything you really want. You can search out Udemy. So the website is www.udemy.com. I usually have the TV app on my Android TV. So literally, while sometimes when I'm up and I have nothing to do, instead of watching Netflix, I just open the course program and I just continue for course. All right, moving forward. Again, what is another platform which I would say is a good one? There's one called Coursera. So Coursera is COURSERA.org. I'm going to say it again. It's COURSERA.org. Now, why Coursera? Coursera usually is highly featured by a lot of online recruiters. So a lot of online recruiters, when they see that you actually got it a credit, well, you got completed certification from Coursera, they usually find that you're very knowledgeable individual because of the trainers actually back in this platform. This is a platform where if you really want to try to get out there and you want to try to do a lot of work online and put something in your resume, I've more or less put courses from Coursera as one of the places which I could recommend. So if you're into that and you're trying to go out there, try Coursera. They got the idea when you hit the homepage, they say learn without limits. Start, switch, or advance your career with more than 5,000 courses, professional certificates, and degrees from world-class universities and companies. Check out Coursera. Yeah. Let me see. Should I bring this on the screen? Let me just show it visually for the individuals who are watching. So any of the individuals who are watching, I want you to actually see the website. Let me just bring it up quickly. So load in. Yeah. So I'll just go and switch it on right here. So for all those at home, you've seen it. So you can see the website there. It's Coursera. That's it. That's the website right there. They do have some information there. We collaborate with 275 leading universities and companies, such as Illinois, Duke, Google, IBM, Imperial College London, Stanford, and Penn Foster. So check out Coursera, one of the places which I would recommend. All right. So jumping back quick for the persons who are out there. All right. We're going to talk about another one which I call Skillsoft. It's actually, the name is Skillsoft. SKILLSOFT.com. Why Skillsoft? Skillsoft, I more or less put this for some of the junior level technical persons who want to advance into just under advanced level. So if you want to go and you want to advance a little bit more, I probably look into Skillsoft. They have a lot of outreach programs which allow you, once you get into the program and you start learning, or unless you start getting involved into a field of study which is program or technical based, you can usually use them as backers, where they would literally put you into I won't say job attachment role, but they usually find places for you that are suitable for you to actually apply to, and it comes as a recommendation. So if you're looking for a place that gives recommendations, you can try Skillsoft. Literally, Skillsoft is like unlock tech skills and unleash your potential. That's your selling slogan. So probably should be able to check it out. For those out there who are looking on Facebook and YouTube, because I'm letting everybody know that we are live on DBS YouTube and DBS Facebook page. So everything that I'm talking about, I'm literally trying to bring it up on the screen so you can have a quick view, a quick look at it. It's going to cut. All right, so just cut it on the screen. Right, like that. Let me see. Can I put my camera at the same time? I should be able to do that. So let's just put it there. Oh my God, they're actually trying to give a slogan, a sales gimmick. Skillsoft tongue twister. Skillsoft welcomes Code Academy to the family. So Skillsoft have actually joined with Code Academy, another substantial online training institution, which really helps you with a lot of your code learning based skills, which you can actually advance yourself. So you could literally try join up at Skillsoft in that area there. Just want to see if I can make this go a little bit smaller. Whoa. Trying to multitask so many things at one time. It's a little bit tasking, but you know, we learn more every day. Yeah, so y'all can see me. I can see the background. Can you? Okay, cool. All right, cool. So we're having some fun. We're going off flow. Oh my God, it's 8:30 and I've not even gone halfway yet. I'm really going to have to find new ways to actually bring all this information in a much quicker manner. I really wanted to have a few individuals call in tonight, but I've been trying to reach them on the phone, and I wanted them to share. So what I'm going to do for those individuals who have a lot more about tech, or at least information that can give you, I'm going to try and get them to record the clips of what they're saying to share with me, and then I'll just play it on the air, on the live on the show. You know, because a lot of tech persons, they find that their schedule is very hectic. They work a long day in work, so when they finish work, they don't want to go and talk about technology at that hour of the night. They rather just sit down and relax, which I understand, but I have a job to do, and this job is literally to educate, or at least inform, the general public who listen to DBS Radio, the nation station, about technology. All right, so Skillsoft is one of them. We're there. I'm just going to feed back to myself. Oh, I got to myself. Whoa, Matrix. All right, so Skillsoft is one of the other individuals areas, so you can check out Skillsoft. Where else can you go? Now I'm going to talk about the one platform which I think probably roughly 32% or about 30% of Dominicans are already registered to. You've always heard about it. It's not Twitter, it's not Facebook, it's not Instagram, it's not TikTok. No, it's not. It's LinkedIn. LinkedIn is literally a recruiter's platform. I don't consider it just a job profile platform, but it's like a recruiter's platform. One of the key reasons why LinkedIn will always stand as prime is because a lot of individuals, when you sign up to LinkedIn, you don't only get areas where you can advance your study, or at least you can connect with other individuals that can advance your study, but you get the ability to that. You get individuals that know you personally to leave feedback about you. So if you're a person who like Facebook, I would implore you, take a break from the Facebook, take a break from the Twitter, take a break from the Instagram and the TikTok. Yes, I know it's fun, but head over to LinkedIn and try and sign up on that platform. And one of the key things is try and connect with other individuals that probably know you and let them give you some feedback. Now, LinkedIn does give you action to try the premium service, and I would advise to at least try the premium. And it's not to actually get the premium for the service platform where they have features to tell you about jobs available and the criteria you need to make for just your resume, because they actually give you a lot of training in those areas. There little guidelines. Some of the information they share with you are automated, so don't feel all the time it's someone speaking to you. It's automated, but the information they share with you is very valuable if you want to get to working online, and it will help build yourself and actually give you a little bit more reference to go out on. But generally, having a lot of people endorse you on a platform that's not going to be saying, I just know you personally, but I know your expertise, your skills, and your abilities, I recommend you join LinkedIn's platform. All right. So that's LinkedIn. And for those people out there who don't really know the website link, I'm going to say it to you. It's LINKEDIN. So I'm going to repeat it. LINKEDIN. So that's LinkedIn.com. Try it out. You've seen it. A few of your friends know it. Probably your children even have it, but they just sign up and they just put their school. But you can do a lot more on LinkedIn. You can put your school, your high school, college, certification, work experience. Fill out the profile, fill as much as you can. Should you put too much information out there? No. most times when you create an online resume, you don't really want to tell people every single thing about yourself. You don't want to make it be like you're selling yourself as if you're the perfect individual. While it's good to have a vast portfolio, it's a thing where we don't normally recommend it. So I would generally say try and list like the last 3 jobs you worked at. And if you have expertise, put up to probably 3 to 5. Don't go more than that. I know a lot of people when they're on their social platforms, they put like up to 20 places they work, every single skill they have. That that doesn't work too well for a lot of the online recruiters. They see it as a form of boasting, and they usually say that person does not actually have the skills that they're actually talking about, but they're just trying to reference it to promote themselves. They call it egocentric. Just telling you, just some missile advice. If you choose to, go ahead, do your own thing. I'm not going to hate you for it. All right. So now, one of the areas where I'm going to want to really work through with everybody here is Google. So now, out of all the platforms I mentioned, I really want to talk about Google. So does Google have a training area? Yes. Is Google training area valuable? Yes. Am I enrolled into Google training area? Yes. But because of my job, how it works here at DBS Radio, I'm a little bit overwhelmed at times. Because literally, I do like 5 jobs. Although my boss said the other day I do like 10. Yes, sir, I know you're here. But yeah, so that sometimes ties me up with it, but at least it gives, I have an ability to actually go through a lot of the training, and a lot of the mentors on this platform are highly experienced, and I want to talk about Google because Google is a platform that literally tries to grow with you for the entire time that you're actually ascending in your studies. So I'm going to talk about the website link, and it's not the common one which you probably think it is, but it's actually grow.google.com. Should I put this on the screen? Let me just see if I can get everything on the screen. Okay, so I should reset this, and reset this. Great. So this is one. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, for those people viewing on Facebook, or those people at home or listening on radio, if you have the ability, you can head over to DBS Radio Facebook page. That's facebook.com/dbcradio.net. And you can watch live. You can also look for us on YouTube, DBS Radio, and not Radio Funerals, but DBS Radio. And you can look at us live. And if you miss this program, or you're driving home and you're listening via your mobile or your car radio, or just walking past a shop or store and you're hearing this, or even on our local television channels broadcasting and you're hearing this, and you're saying to yourself, I want to go back and listen, or at least see what this guy was talking about, just head over to our social network platforms. I implore you to follow. We have a lot of things coming through. All right, but back to the matter of hand. Google Grow. Yeah. So grow with Google. Stronger. Grow with Google training tools and resources to help you grow your skills, career, or business. Yeah. So I would say try out Google. Yeah. Sorry, my head. I'm a little bit tall. Yeah, about 6'2". Actually 6'1". All right. So going with this program, why Google? Google is really great. So they have your grow your career, grow your business, career certificates, live training, or you can link with one of their partners and get associated. So you can check out grow.google.com. It's actually grow.google. Sorry, there's no .com. My error, my mistake. I'm taking that back. It's grow.google. All right. So now Then go through this platform, find out what type of training which will be available to you. I'm actually going to look at grow your career. I'm clicking the first menu link at the top. It says grow your career. Right? So your career, great Google training resources to help you learn new skills, find job opportunities, and grow your career. They have announcing a new Google Career certificate in digital marketing and e-commerce. So if you feel you're a salesperson, you can really make a sales pitch. You can check that out. Preparing for your next interview with interview warm-up. As I told you, they probably have a good idea of how you should actually sell yourself, actually promote your ideas of how you can apply for a job role. For many of you out there is in the tech area, at least in the area where we do a lot of okay, let me just take back. In the tech area, there are a lot of areas. I'm saying to repeat it. I'm sorry. So many thoughts in my mind at the same time. But there's an area called FANG, which is fake. Well, there's a term we use called FANG. Sorry, and it represents the different corporate entities available for job applying for job opportunities, and that's F stands for Facebook, A for Apple, A for Amazon, N for Netflix, and G for Google. Google's really at the end, but it's a place that's close to my heart, and I really want to see if I can get a little extra secondary employment through them. It doesn't hurt, right? And just so people know, Google is the one that provide the whole Android platform. The phones which all you love, or Samsung phones and all your other phones which have Android TV. Well, all your TVs and all your phones and all your tablets, they're all Android related. It's provided by Google. Some people there. All right, so you can check out your career business. You want to find I want to find and land a job. You see, so I have that question right there for you. Simplify your job search with a little help from Google. Whether you're a student looking for a part-time job, an office manager seeking to work from home, or a teacher moving to another state to be close to a family, finding the right job can be difficult with job postings scattered across the web. Google search organizes job postings in easy to follow way so you can find the job opportunities that are right for you. So yeah, you hear the whole idea. Work online. You can make about probably $2,000 on a month working online. Yes. What type of skills do you need? Because there are a lot of customer support services online. It's usually the quickest place to get started. For those who are more tech based, you can go into networking, cloud management, database management. But for those who not technical, you can just jump into e-commerce, digital marketing. And when you hear digital marketing and e-commerce, you keep saying this to yourself, this is like way too much information for my mind. But in truth and fact, it's not that hectic. Usually just have to be more project oriented. If you can use a calendar and you can schedule yourself a little bit good in the way you distribute your workload. So like normally let's say you're a receptionist, you come to work in the morning, at 8 o'clock, okay, sorry, at 8 o'clock you go through what's going on to go happen for the day. 9 o'clock you maybe make the confirmations. 10 o'clock you note to yourself, I have to call a couple of people to follow up on invoices. It's the same type of tactics with trying to do digital marketing and e-commerce. You sign into the platform, check your emails. You have to check and follow up on orders. You have to cross-check the orders, probably contact the customer support system. You just build a schematic and build an area like how you want to go throughout your day, and you can jump in this type of arena. So, can you work from your phone? Can you work from a phone? Can you work from a tablet? It really depends on the platform which you're trying to work with. A lot of persons will see some job postings on social media which tell you, come work for me, you can make $1,500 a month. I send you money via PayPal, or it's real Cash App, I'll Cash App you the money. Now, are these things real? Are these things trustworthy? Should you get involved with this type of job opportunities? I can recommend it. I can recommend it. Can you try? Yes, you can try, but I can recommend it. These job opportunities, they are availabilities where you can trust it and you can make this money online. But you okay, you know what? I'm just gonna stay away from it because I don't want to give anybody negative advice, and I don't want to tell you it's not an opportunity because it could be. But trying to find the right one really means you have to try and find out its legitimacy. So you have to find a way to track out its legitimacy. Now, anything anybody offers you online, they always has a backlink. This is what we call a way where we can do our due diligence and trace back the information from the source. Anybody that gives you information, first off, tells you this is a great opportunity, you can't just jump into it. You need to go and do your due diligence. The internet is there with tons of information, tons of searching, and the most important thing you should do is do your due diligence. Now, as I said, I wanted to touch on a lot of different areas where you can actually go through learning or finding additional skills. There's so many. This will never be done in one program, so I'll do like probably up to 5. And what I will do is literally log in and sign up through Google Career again on a different account, not my main, and I'll walk you through the process so y'all can see. So those people who are listening to me on the radio and you actually want to know how you can get involved or you can start your career online, I'm going to do it with you as a second account on mine. I don't want to use my main one because I don't want everybody to know my business. One thing I learned about advancing myself, not just in technology but in life, never tell everybody everything you know. And one of the key slogans which I currently have, if you visit my Facebook profile, see, creating an opportunity is better than asking for one. Do I go to you, individual who has higher rank or authority than me and say, hey, I need this, I need that? Not really. I would literally create an avenue, say to the person, this is what I can do, and if you join with me, this is how much you can gain from this, or how much your facility, your establishment, your growth can grow for this, and we'll see what happens from there. So that's usually my mental focus when you see I'm trying to advance myself. All right. Well, it's now 40 minutes to the hour of 9 o'clock, and this is DBS Radio Inside Tech, where we explore what is IT, and we'll be right back after a quick word from. Oh, just after a quick word. All right. Cut.
Across the Caribbean, you listen. Across the world, you listen. And at home in the nature isle, you listen. You listen to DBS for unbiased coverage of breaking news, original programs, and so much music. You listen for the information that will change your lives and the humor to brighten your days. So here at DBS Radio, we deliver. We deliver timely news, information to live by, and the everyday interaction that we all so need. These are the things that make DBS Radio the better sounding radio in Dominica. Keep on listening.
One bright morning, when my work is over, I know I'll see your face.
All right, welcome back. Okay, so this is Inside Tech, where we explore what is IT. What is it? What is this thing everybody keeps talking about? I hear my son talk about it. I hear my neighbor talk about it. I hear people talk about it online. I hear officials talk about it. The information technology, this sector, this area is the future. We need to all get involved. You hear things about the digital economy. You hear about it's the way forward. You know, I was brought into one of the shareholder meetings. You know, there's a shareholder meeting that takes place probably twice a year, and they literally talked about the whole idea of advancing with the whole digital dynamic Dominica. I think that's the actual plan. And I mean, it has a lot of areas with advancement, but one of the key areas which we need to really focus on is education, and we really need to not focus on education just of the youth, but education of everybody. And the fact that a lot of persons out there sitting home right now, and if you're hearing my voice or you listen to me, you probably say to yourself, what is this guy on about? Or how does this get me involved? Why should I be involved in this? All right. What I will tell you is I'm an old school I'm an old school person. I grew up in the 80s. I was born in the 80s actually. So 80s, 90s, 20s, and I'll tell you I like a lot of retro stuff. You know, I listened to Michael Jackson when I was a kid, when I was a child, sorry. People don't like the word kids, so I'll say a child, sorry. And I was influenced by the change of the current time. Right now we're in a change of time, and we keep asking ourselves, what can we do to actually make something better of what we have? And because of how tight, strong, or how close gap the area of travel is for a lot of individuals. Not everybody can just jump on a plane, while some individuals can do it. Jump on a plane and they say, I'm going to migrate. I'm going to try to start new from somewhere else, because someone told me a few years ago, going to the United States or the United Kingdom or Canada is not always the answer. It's not the best answer. But the Caribbean has 40 million people. Even if you're in Dominica, the Caribbean has 40 million people. And you can actually channel or connect through the different islands. Make a network for yourself. Build yourself. So that hit something to me. And it let me think about how much I could advance myself by just connecting with other islands. And then I asked myself, how would I do that? So I looked to the internet. And when I went on the internet, I found different ways of how I could do that. So part of what I do, which I won't go in detail about, so no, you won't know about this, because I tell you earlier on, never tell everybody everything you know. Always hold something back. That's the secret sauce. Yeah. So never tell everybody everything you know. So, and what I'm trying to tell you is you can learn a lot online. No, I was trying to touch on areas where you can go for certain validation or IT certification or career advancement. So we touched on Udemy, Coursera, Skillsoft. There's also LinkedIn. But I think LinkedIn acquired a platform called Lynda. And Lynda was one of the prominent training platforms in the early 2000s. I went through probably 15 different courses through Lynda. Most of them were Adobe based. Adobe is a authority which provides digital design applications, and I followed more of the web and the graphic design software through learning through Lynda. It's a very place where I started. I mean, there's another place called CompTIA for most of the individuals out there in Dominica who have an interest in learning IT specifically. There's CompTIA. They do give you some training and exam preparations. CompTIA is one of the places which you can actually get an accreditation, a certificate that's valid for employment. It's in the Caribbean. They highly see CompTIA as a resource which gives you recognition which you can utilize to get employment. You can normally purchase the ticket, access ticket online, and you can go to an authorized testing center for you to do the examination, or you can go straight to your authorized testing center. They can make you purchase it through them, and they will just schedule the examination for you. You can normally try that through, I believe, business training center, as I mentioned earlier. They do have that availability with other courses, so you can have a look at them. I'm not too sure how many other entities locally have that available, because I have not actually checked it out for a while. However, there is one I currently have to do soon. I mean, I got the voucher for it. It's actually for Adobe professional and Adobe Photoshop professional, and I think another one. It's two of them. But finding the time has been a task for me. But I am going to try and get through that soon. As I tell you, I still have a few online actually accredited courses which I'm going through right now, and finding that time is even more hectic. I'm a father. I became a father earlier this year, so it's a thing on my mind of ensuring that I have the acquired skills, the acquired qualifications to provide a better growing up experience for my child, for my son, because I want him to be able to feel to himself. He don't have to ask a question, how will we make it? Because I have understood as a Dominican and as a grown individual, once you leave school, you work, and you work. But then, where is the point where you say to yourself, you get more? And it's not a thing about just your economy, it's not a thing about your country, it's not a thing about your government. It's just the fact that the way life transcends as you grow older, it just transcends into some form of development which costs a lot more than you expected. And I'll quote this from my girlfriend, where she says, "We make plans, but God commands." So one of the most important things which I have learned in my life is that never have expectations. Expectations can be your biggest downfall, and it can hold you back. But if you're looking to advance yourself, advance your career, advance your knowledge, move forward in life, there are areas online which can help you. So as I mentioned, there was udemy.com, udemy.com. There's coursera.org, cousera.org. There's Skillsoft, skillsoft.com. There's LinkedIn, which is generally another Facebook, but if you try the premium service which you have, which is like a 1 month trial, you would regret it. So you can check linkedin.com. And if you're looking to if you're like not beginner, just a little bit above beginner, and you're looking to grow, you can try grow.google. So let's visit the website grow.google if you're looking to grow. All right, so these are the areas, these are the platforms, this is the information I wanted to give. I try not to go too technical or too complex for other persons out there who just want to understand a little bit more about this thing. But if you really want to go in depth, you can follow me. If you want to link to me online, I'll give you a quick way. Type digitaldominica.com. So type Dominica in your browser and type digital. So if you type digitaldominica.com, you will redirect you straight to my Facebook page, and from there you'll be able to send me a message and I'll answer whatever questions you may have about information technology. Other than that, follow DBS Radio every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. for Inside Tech, where I will be talking more about information technology. As I said, I don't want to make it just a tech show. It has to be something which talks about advancement, entertainment, growth, employment, money, because I know that's what a lot of people are interested in, money. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for joining me. And as I close, I want to tell you one thing. Technology can be amazing, although it can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight. Good night.